Well, welcome back. Thank you so much for praying with us for the launch of this brand new life-giving church in Walker, Michigan later this September. We've got 7 weeks, count them, until we launch Tribes Church. Come on, somebody. This week we have a big outreach with the one and only Chick-fil-A in Walker, who's doing a big outreach to our community that they've invited us to be a part of with the city of Walker. It's going to be our first introduction as a church with a lot of our community, and we're hoping to love on some families, encourage them. Will you pray for favor this week leading up to that event on Thursday afternoon? And will you share some of our graphics that we're posting on Instagram, on Facebook? We're hoping that as many people as possible will know about this event in our community and come hang out with us for a bit. It's gonna be a blast. This week I want to take you to Genesis 32, verses 24 and 26. It says this: Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until daybreak. Then the man said to Jacob, "Let me go, for the day is breaking." But Jacob said, "I'm not going to unless you bless me." I don't know if I clung to a set of verses last fall more than these two. I shared with you last week how Mel and I had a breakfast in late August of 24 that drastically changed my idea of what the rest of that year would look like. We really sensed as a family that God was inviting us to prepare, to step into a new season as a family. We just didn't know what it was. And honestly, planting a church wasn't at the top of our list. We had let go of that dream years ago. At one point in our story, I had heard God say no, and I didn't know if that was because we couldn't cut it, weren't called to it, weren't built for it, but we let that dream die, and we moved on with our lives. We told God, we'll do whatever you have in store for us, just make it clear. So we started praying about open lead pastor positions at other churches. We never officially applied anywhere, but one after another, door closed, door closed, door closed. And I thought God was wanting us to get ready to jump, but what ended up happening is that we got all ready to wait and wait and wait, to the point where I was like, God, why did you give us a heads up at all? We don't have to be praying and seeking and stressing and to keep watching. You could have just let us chill until you were ready to open a door, but that's not what he did. God wasn't stressed about opening a door to our future. First, he wanted to wrestle. First, he wanted to get all up in my business. First, he wanted me to strain, to stretch, to tire myself out, not against external circumstances. He wanted me to try myself against him. I felt like Jacob, all alone on the bank of a river, wrestling with God until daybreak. It wasn't about my performance. It wasn't about my skill set. It wasn't about how badly I needed anything else. It was how I wanted to be chosen, blessed, and trusted by him. Here's what I learned in that season. God's a lot less concerned with your destination than he is with who you become along the way. That he doesn't just want to bless your open hand, he wants to get close to your heart. That you might start the process asking for an it, but he wants you. Will you pray for our team this week that we keep Jesus as the point of what we're going after? That as a team, we'd all have the courage and the desire to hang on until God sees fit to bless us for our family, for our community, for our church. Thank you so much for praying. We'll see you here next week.